He should just walk out now and say, look, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I messed it all up. We got to go. But you mentioned the punch before. The guy, it should be noted, is fighting literally to keep his job.
And just try and whack it. Yes, this is good. And again. That's it. And again. Try and breathe. Relax. That's it. Out the loop.
And if that's the level of fight he doesn't have long left. I should note that he has been in or is currently in a cabinet meeting at the moment. So what will come out of that we shall see. But surely this is a situation where it has just become so toxic. It's a bit like the Libs, which we can talk about in a moment. But it's just become so toxic that even if you think you're still the right man to be the Prime Minister or the leader, there's such a stench around you that there has to be some kind of, you cut it loose just so we can excise this problem and we can move on. If he stays on, the whole Epstein thing is just going to continue around him until he goes.
Yeah, look, I'm not sure about that, and I'm not sure that the Epstein thing is actually costing Labor that many votes. I don't think it's Labor's biggest problem.
No, but it's what is causing this internal implosion.
Yeah, well, no, I think it's what Starmer's enemies, who have always hated him, and old Corbynistas who can't forgive him for dragging the party back towards the centre, who've been looking for any excuse to roll him. They're obviously not going to do it on illegal immigration because that's their pet issue, and so they just pick this. They pick Peter Mandelson, who is someone the left of the Labor Party has always hated. This is someone who, the Corbynites would have voodoo dolls of, that they would stick hat pins in at night. He is their, they hate all these Blairite figures, third way figures, sensible people when they're not hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein anyway, but people whose politics are more sensible and centrist. And so I think the left is trying to use this and potentially even making more noise about Starmer's leadership being in trouble than that it actually really is, just in terms of sheer numbers and support. If they do have to go to a poll and he fights it out, I mean, it has to go to the party membership, and you will end up going back, you take the problem back to where it was under Jeremy Corbyn, with these crazy, borderline commie, sort of unreconstructed, hardline left-wingers who had a massive seam of anti-Semitism running through them. The sort of people who, full of praise for Venezuela and Hugo Chavez, and at the same time condemn Israel.
And that's why I think it will be interesting to see where it all lands, because I think a lot of MPs will be saying, of course Starmer is bad, of course our numbers are tanking, but one, who else would want this job? And two, who else would want this job? What is the risk?
Well, the people who are trying to roll him are the left, so presumably they'd roll him and then take the party to the left. How does that not make all of their problems worse?